Arnon Arthur Dyal served journalism for 44 years, having started in print at The Advocate. But his move to the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation in 1973 is where he cemented himself as a giant in the area of radio news production. Head of Archives and Information, Sherwood McCaskey, says he was a cornerstone of the newsroom up until his retirement in 2013.
During my association with Arnon Dyal, which started 18 years ago, I marveled at the ease with which he was able to fashion and shape not merely a news story, but an entire newscast. He had a special ability to find the news value in content. In writing or editing his stories, he knew the words and phrases that would immediately hold the attention of his listeners, and he knew how to sequence those words and phrases very well.
Work serious, with a demeanor that was cool, collective, and funny all around. That's how former Director of News at CBC, Dr. Sharon Marshall, described how Arnon ruled the roost when she joined the newsroom in 1981.
Cool and collected when chaos reigned, Dyal hunkered down and got radio newscasts on air with consummate ease. Adept with a splicing knife, he could excise extraneous noises or unwanted commentary to achieve the desired perfect result on the old audio tape reels. The world at one was his terrain. With his wry sense of humor, Arnon created clever nicknames for everyone in the newsroom, and probably the whole of CBC. Mine was the Iron Lady. He mentored many a young reporter in the finer arts of the profession of radio journalism.
Former CBC reporter Julius Gittins says it was fitting that the heavens opened this morning and poured tears for one of the beating hearts of CBC's newsroom, who was a guiding light in troubled times, but a man of merriment.
The official designator of nicknames for newsroom occupants. I was named after a particular very early 1950s radio comedy, and so I became the Kid. And as a young journalist, you could not want for somebody who was calm, gentle, sincere, funny, well, sincere in his craft, but a raconteur who would forever be embellishing the legends of the newsroom.
Former CBC News editor and close friend of Arnon Dyal, Peter Thorne, said he guided him as a rookie reporter through the Morris Bishop story, and they formed a bond.
We became very close friends. And given that we were both September-born Virgos, whose birthdays were just 3 days apart, we became very close friends and formed a lasting bond that held for over 40 years until it was broken in the wee hours of this morning when he passed away at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Arnon was a kind, jovial, beloved, dedicated journalist who was a real family man and a humanitarian.
While CBC was his second home, his first was at Fair Pilgrim Christchurch, with wife of 42 years Claudine Rosemary Dyal and their only daughter Gina, whom he was very proud. Dyal was a man who always gave praise where due.
I have an idea, let's work on it.
Rest in peace and rise in glory, Arnon.